location.
Nah, that's a point.
All right, did you hear about this? Rapper and music mogul Jay-Z is now being accused of raping a 13-year-old girl with shock.
Yeah. We also had to get back to this because this is another thing I said. Say I'm the CEO serial killer, right? It's 2024. We all aware of what's going on out here. Maybe because I'm like in the media space. I'm always looking around. We always talking about different things. We always trying to get the shit. But wait. Why would I not wait for the Jay-Z shit to blow up? Like, bro, like, he ain't even give it no time. We can't, so many different...
John Diddy Combs during an MTV VMA after party in the year 2000. The rapper issued a blistering statement in response and directed his comments at attorney Tony Busby, who filed the suit, saying, quote, "You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children.
I just said something about honor.
People for personal gain. I look forward to showing you just how different I am." Criminal defense attorney Lexi.
I said to Becca, like, some people play different. Like what you say about me now, we need to investigate because they feel like if you do enough investigation, you might give them a reward. Right? Whatever the case may be. Or I could at least beat this. I know I ain't do this. Now, yes, this is something that I've had discussions on off the stream because I know we would be covering this. We've heard Booed talk about Jay-Z before. It's my favorite rapper. Do I think Jay-Z is like the perfect? No. Do I think that Jay-Z might be up to no good like any other human? Yeah, I mean, anybody. We all human, right? But a 13-year-old girl. See, it's two different things, right? Check it. And I'll say it if no one else wants to say it, because I like to say things that nobody else say. I like to be the person to be like, hey, man, I think right here I want to be fair. I want to be honorable, correct?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Don't do it, boo.
What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
You done been banned from Instagram before. You done been shot down by TikTok. You done had a lot of shit going on. I'm going to find a way to say this shit. 24, 25 years ago, Savage Source. Yes, but hold on, bro. There's a difference between the creepy uncle, right? I'm going to show you guys creepy uncle tactics right now that y'all may or may not have seen before. Kids over there. They over there playing Ring Around the Rosie. The sneaky look. That's creepy uncle shit right there.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Look, I feel like even smiling like this is creepy uncle shit. Alright, look, right? So, and then there's this scenario. The 16, the 17, the 18-year-old girl gets into the party with the fake ID, portrays herself as an older woman, and engages in activity that could get this person in trouble. Say the fake ID doesn't seem like it's a thing, nobody mentioning it, right? Say she's just there, maybe looking a bit older and portraying herself as that. Now, some of you motherfuckers been lying to yourselves forever. Y'all lie to whoever y'all can lie to when y'all can lie to. Y'all lie about shit y'all been lying about. Who the fuck be always like, yo, let me see your ID. Yo, girl. I think I want to slide something in you. Let me see your ID. Motherfuckers not even in places where those type of girls can or should be. Who 13-year-old daughter is running around at after parties with these rappers and celebrities? Savage Soul said, why didn't this get brought up earlier? If somehow, some way, my 13-year-old daughter got out, I would expect me or my wife or whatever, like, to be like, hey, man, hold on, she ain't like my nigga. I actually had a 13-year-old girl in the house with me before. Like, I'd be probably, ain't no way she gonna be missing for that long. Where she at? You don't know? What you mean? Hey, why she be there like that? Hey, checking, like, hey, what's up, man? We gonna talk, like, the whole thing. Bro, what parenting this shit be? And if the person already been saying this, then why are you saying this late?
Rigdon joins me now. Lexi, good morning to you. What a development here. So another thing Jay-Z said in his statement is that this was a civil suit filed against him. And he said these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one, essentially saying if I really did these things, treat me the way I should be treated. So how should we be thinking about all of this? What do you think?
Well, that's some denial from him. And, you know, sometimes celebrities have pretty muted denials, like, you know, I'm not going to comment now, or I direct all questions to my lawyers. I actually admire the strength of the denial. You know, I think that there is at this point, there's no objective indicia of reliability to this complaint. Now, obviously, things are going to play out and we're going to end up learning more. But if you look at it on its face, it's a 24-year-old complaint. Very significantly, he was not named in the lawsuit in the first instance when it was filed. The girl was allegedly 13 at the time it happened, and in the complaint it says that she had been given something and she was quote unquote woozy. And so I think that this just needs to be looked at in kind of a measured way. Unlike the media is treating some people in the media, you know, Pete Hegseth being one of them, where they automatically hear an allegation and they run with it. I think that this needs to be treated in a measured type of way. We don't need knee-jerk societal reactions. Anybody can make.
I'm glad that they saying this. This is a part of it. Like, Diddy didn't get the chance to respond in that way. He didn't respond in that way. But, bro, and look, I'm not saying that motherfuckers ain't fuck with no young chicks or motherfuckers. I'm not saying that because I come from neighborhoods where that is normal. And niggas ain't do, like, so that's the thing I say about sometimes what seems honorable, right? Or what's honorable. So I come from neighborhoods with older niggas sometimes to fuck with young chicks. Y'all done heard me talk. When I mean by young chicks, I mean a nigga 30 years old and he fucking with her and she's 17. Now, ooh, what's wrong, boo? You crazy.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Me and Meg was talking about that. Meg grew up fast herself, right? There was never a time in my young mind when I was out there, right? The girl be the same age as me. There was never a time where I felt like he was taking advantage. This has happened multiple times. Every person from across any of these neighborhoods, black or white, if it's a streets or a hood or something where you at, you will see that. In fact, don't say it, boo. People don't want to be saying shit like that. You see it all around the world. I don't think anybody should be able to take advantage of anybody. I've heard me tell stories out here because I was a young in the street hustling motherfucker about I had 34-year-old girlfriends when I was 17. 24-year-old girlfriends when I was 16. We adjusted in our mind like, okay, that's different than... No, it's not. Some of them took advantage of me. Nah. But look, There is a difference between a predator and you ending up in places. What's that shit they say? Hey, old enough to cross the street, old enough to get hit by a bus. That don't got nothing to do with age. That got to do with doing shit, pretending, pump faking, too far out into the future for yourself. So there are massive amounts of stories out there where you have, and that's why the reason that I don't believe this is because they saying 13. This ain't a 16, 17, 18-year-old, because that's why I've seen those stories where it's like that girl may actually look a little bit grown enough to be in this place and have the fake ID to get in this place. Not for a nigga that asks her for it. Like, let me see your ID, girl. A nigga might figure that out later on. Right? Let me tell you all the shit that people figure out later on in relationships. Right? Say you meet her at the club. She tell you she 21. You 26. She really 17. Y'all start fucking around. As you start dealing with her, she start exhibiting such little girl qualities. Even to the point of, I think this little bitch going to school. During the hours, she don't got no, during the hours, I can't, whoa, think she got me. You get in a relationship, figure out that, oh, this girl is your age. You 26, she 26. You get in a relationship with a different chick, figure out that she might be a complete and total maniac. You heard, now you find out she done stabbed 2 or 3 other boyfriends. She lost her kids before. And she liable to cheat on you. And it'd be hard for you to make a motherfucking about face.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
If anybody disagree with anything I say tonight, remember how Medkit makes the drinks, please. Just remember for me, okay? Because remember how she makes the drinks. Not just that. Let me also say this. Remember all the things that you experienced and seen in life. Right? Because some of y'all, I have a motherfucking uncle that'll pull up to the barbecue. Because it might be weird. Like, say they say, oh, but Jay-Z was older than Beyonce or some shit with Foxy Brown. But like, nigga, some of your uncle might be 45, pull up with a 21-year-old. That's cutting it close, Unc. That's cutting it close. Some of them boys is 27 pulling up with a 19-year-old. That's cutting it close, gang-a-lang. She was waiting. They make out a word for it. They call it grooming. But a lot of times they only point them fingers in the direction of people they don't like.
May I ask, how is it grooming, right? Because in clubs, legally, across the U.S. United States, women have to be 18 and men have to be 21. You go in the club, you may not could drink, but what are you interacting with?
Alright, can I say
the
other part that I'm saying when I be like, I never felt like they got taken advantage of? Because I've seen those girls holler at the niggas. So it's not like nigga plotting. It's like in her mind, she like, I'm gonna fuck with that nigga. Like, it's like, alright, she a girl, right? And she might have fucked with young dudes her age at first. But now, bro, I'ma tell y'all, man, I wanna tell y'all how that shit goes, like, out there in the... So look, right? And every human can understand this, right? If you get a job and they start telling you about all these different promotions where you could get more money, you desire to go up the chain. Whether or not you can may discourage you. Whether how hard it is may get you not to do what it is. But humans will do that in general. So once you get a girl, right, that even starts to has boyfriends or being, and this is, I don't know how it is in other places, but in the streets. So, okay, she 14, 15, her boyfriend 14, 15, he hustling, getting money. She start to understand the dynamics of shit. She might be around while he talking to his older niggas. She might want to say, hey, I want to go up the chain of command. Yeah, I'm in the military. I want to do this thing. I want to be a general one day. If I could be a general as fast as I can, I will. If I get in the NBA and I can win the chip and win the MVP as fast as I can, I will. So this could be some of their mindsets. So when I said that, that's how the chicks. So how, like, did I holler at older chicks? every day, every chance I got. Because I felt like I was at enough of the speed to fuck with them because I get it already. I understand a little faster than you. I get it. Then some people in other places because you looking at your maybe so at the point where Med Kid daughter, like at 16, 17, she would have never really been a speed for a full-grown adult dude. But if that's in raising her. She's still at that, her lifestyle and the way she been raised is a little bit different where it could come out later, right? Now, but as far as no, nigga, she's still like National Geographics. At 13, oh my God, it wouldn't even make no sense. I don't feel like this is true about Jay-Z.
You know how it's different ecosystems? Motherfuckers was in their ecosystem fishing.
That's how that's just the ecosystem for there. So
exactly.
So when I said hey,
little fish.
Yeah, so when I said hey,
that big fish.
I'm I ain't feel like they was getting taken advantage of, and I'ma say it, right? I think we could look in a different direction. If we see that the girl, and I'm not 13 is not the bro, they don't give me creepy uncle vibes like they just did this, bro. If it's cooch that they matter, if it's just the woman that matter, there are plenty 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds if they wanna that's throwing themselves at them because they are who they are. This is the year 2000. If I tell y'all some of the songs that Jay-Z dropped in the year 2000, y'all would be like, no.
They act like they didn't have fucking Superhead, Melissa, all them bitches.
This ain't R. Kelly had a real issue. He was taken advantage of when he was younger, the same way you see the dudes that do the same thing that R. Kelly do, that don't got as much clout as R. Kelly or can't sing like that, and they tell you the story and you be like, oh, that's right, that's the same thing with R. Kelly. This is different because if that girl ends up in the club at even 16, 17, because at 16, 17, right, if Meg Kid's daughter is in the club all night bugging out, at some point, like, yo, bro, like, Meg Kid, I can't even fathom some of this shit. No, start looking at the fucking parents because this how we would have got exposed earlier.
Cops going to friends' houses, pressing friends' family, everything above.
So that means she might be. So that means, right? Look, she might be out there hunting, but a 13-year-old, no, that's just out of pocket. No way Hov did this.
Allegations against somebody, and people who are rich and famous are particularly targets. And so, obviously, I don't know what happened.
Now look,
I think it just.
This is what I tell y'all about the biasness. How often did you hear people say when it was happening to Puff, people who are rich and famous are often targets? The way he responded was different, right? Like, what? Come on, let's go through the whole thing. And then and there's been rumors about both of them. And I'm not sure if a lot of the shit they saying about Puff is actually true. I think a lot of the things that he about to be jammed up for is just pure freakiness. And I also think that, there's not been one dude that has admitted this to me. But I feel like one of the main reasons why Puff joint got so far is because dudes found out he was bisexual. I promise you.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Like, think about it. Like, even when I was, like, with the flued out shit, right? I was saying that before, right? Make was just saying it. Check it. Yo. The flued out, the flyer chick out shit was popular. People are, bro, right now, if somebody did a collage of famous people or people with a little bit of money that ain't that famous talk about it, that is how many of those federal cases that they could run that girl down, find out. Every single time you flew an Instagram model out and paid her, what's sex trafficking? Now, say you flying out dudes as well. Now you get people like, whoa, he did what? Because, and I was telling Meg this, but I'm pretty sure if Meg can articulate, like, I can articulate things better than a lot of men and women. But I was trying to articulate to her what it could be like in a straight man's mind. Even though I elevate to I have a lot of understanding in me. So I'm not like, I don't feel weird about you because you're gay. But I understand what it's like when, like when men can think of, of course women think of sex. When women think of sex, how do they think about it? What do they think about? Now when men think of it, with other men, it's a different thought in your head. You always think about it from the perspective of somebody that's being attacked or hurt. Now, when women, if like say Megkit is forced to think about doing something with somebody that she despises, a dude she find to be disgusting, right? That thought might come across in her mind way different because she has to think of it in a different way. That's common sense, but that's the type of shit I get in trouble for saying. That's common sense though. Like if the dude that sleep in the hallway around the corner, the white dude that we call, I forgot what name, she called him Lip maybe something. But if she had to think about like him, like that's her guy, like how it happens, like she might think about that in a more way because she's think about it from a perspective of like, I wouldn't be trying to do that. Like he gotta be doing, like it gotta be rough, crazy. It gotta be yelling and screaming. It gotta be baby oil involved. I'm not ready for him to insert himself into me. Like maybe. No, he could have been doing it for himself. But you see how we gotta think like that? Like, we would never think like that about, like, some other shit, like, oh, she was flying high off. It is what it is, but it's that thing that put, yo, look, man, the bottom line is, right, like, look, I also don't necessarily believe they said Mike Tyson did what he did, or Tupac. I could be wrong about everything. And there has probably been other people, like, the one thing they said about the Harvey Weinstein shit is this.
What happened to the Abercrombie and Fitch nigga, right? What happened to him? Why
he in the news, but
he liked the Badusi too.
I'm not sure he necessarily get the amount of clicks that niggas maybe be thinking about, because we is in the media era, we is in the media space, make it.
Yes.
But like the one thing they said about Harvey Weinstein is, look, right? Alright. Sometimes there are things that I think females could admit, but they don't be admitting.